have also risen briskly, and we are attentive to the risks that persistent real wage growth in excess of productivity could put upward pressure on inflation. Like most forecasters, we continue to expect inflation to decline over the course of the year.
That is completely insane, and Peter Schiff absolutely had a field day with this. Because, I mean, you expect, yeah, look at that look on your face, Jerome. Uncle Jerome, you know full well inflation is not going down. Look at that smirk. I mean, Jesus. If you put any faith in him, look at,
We understand that high inflation imposes significant hardship, especially on those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. In addition, we believe that the best thing we can do to support continued labor market gains is to promote a long expansion, and that will require price stability. We're committed to our price stability goal. We will use our tools both to support the economy and a strong labor market, and to prevent higher inflation from becoming entrenched. And we'll be watching carefully to see whether the economy...
It's too late. He already needed to raise interest and everything. Everything he's doing is making sure that the inflation goes out the roof. He's doing everything he's doing everything you would do if you want inflation to go up. He's doing the opposite of what you should do. He's doing.
The economy is evolving in line with expectations. The Fed's monetary policy actions have been guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. As I noted, the committee left the target range for the federal funds rate unchanged and reaffirmed our plan, announced in December, to end asset purchases in early March. In light of the
Guys, that will directly, when they start getting rid of asset purchases in March, that's going to have a direct effect on all markets. It's going to trickle down into crypto, and you guys are going to see this is nothing yet, so just pay attention.
The remarkable progress we've seen in the labor market and inflation that is well above our 2% longer run goal, the economy no longer needs sustained high levels of monetary policy support. That is why we are phasing out our asset purchases and why we expect it will soon be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate. Of course, the economic outlook remains highly uncertain. Making appropriate monetary policy in this environment requires humility, recognizing that the economy evolves in unexpected ways.
Humility in unexpected ways. You know what that tells me? He's ready to throw in the towel and say, I was wrong. It's not transitory. So, a made-up word. Good early afternoon. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibite. Oh, geez. So I'm having a pretty damn good day. I'm not in crypto, but my call options on Fortuna Silver Mines are up about 50% today, so that's fantastic. And now they're up about 32% overall. As I told you, I was down about 18% last week. But these are good until January of next year. So I'm trying to hit the $5 level, and I'm not touching them until it hits the $5 level, whether it goes up or down or left or right, unless I see a obvious scenario where we're going to get slammed down, rejected, and that could happen to me right around the $4.38 mark. But we'll see how it reacts to that level. Still would be a heck of a profit on those options. I have... You guys seen how I sold out of Commerce Resource. I told you guys it was ready to go down a little bit here, so that's what it's doing. I have some put options, 28 of them, on Fuel Cell that I'm up right now because I bought at the $5 and something cent level. I bought them they were about 12 bucks a piece. Yeah, they were about $11 and whatever. I got 20 of them for $11 and 8 of them for $12. I bought 8 more today because it had gone up 2.8%, up to like $4 and almost 90 cents. I'm like, there's no way that this is going up. So I bought 8 more, and they're good until the end of July. And I bought them for the $2 level. So I expect fuel cell by the end of July at some point between now and before July starts to re-break this level and come down into the accumulation area, which brings you down to 249, between 159 and 249. So if it breaks $2, those are going to be some healthy options. Like I said, I averaged of $11.50 per option. I've got 28 of them. If those could get up to $1 per option, woo, buddy, that's almost $3,000. So we'll see what happens. If it matures and hits that $2, oh, depending on how much time's left, that could be worth well more than $2 or $1 option. So I'm playing that angle. The total crypto market cap struggling at 1.70 trillion, and you'll see why that's important. Let me get some of this out of here. So if we don't hold the 1.701 trillion on this retest, because you can see this is trying to act as a reversal, but the problem is this is an M-topping reversal. It looks like this guy's in here possibly, and we haven't come all the way down to the double bottom around 1.485. I'm going to update that to 1 point because it's off just a little bit. 1.488 trillion. So you can see how I measured everything on the bounce down. So I believe we still have to come down. If we get rejected by 1.701 trillion, that's going to be your catalyst to bring us all the way back down. So if you see a daily close under 1.701 trillion, which right now we're under, it's going to confirm a drop. That's going to come much lower. Much lower. Let's go. So I wanted to touch a couple of these too. I've had some questions. If I forget some of them, I apologize. But ADA. Wait a minute. Let me see. I think it was ADA. I talked to everybody. So let's see. ADA, Solana, DOT, and Luna. And these are ones close to my heart. So start down at the bottom. Luna. Up 12.46%. It's had a nice bounce off of support. That was one we were actually talking about before, and I haven't paid attention to it in a while. Came down off the 43.74 support, and it bounced up beautifully. I would say it still might have a little bit of room, but it might not be dependent on Bitcoin, but it's hitting a very tough resistance level here at $64.52. If you're asking me when I would buy this again, I wouldn't touch this until it comes back down below that consolidation area. But the problem is you got a nice little reversal here, so it could come up a little bit farther to like 69. But it's a very dangerous time right now to get in because it's way over bought in the 4-hour time frame. So I'd let it reconsolidate. See if you can get it at 54 or lower. My target on Luna on a breakdown, this is going to come back down to $39.18 area minimum. So that's where I'd be targeting. You've got DOT, which looks like a double bottom. And this is one that was like the patterns we were talking about yesterday. And you can see where any upside should be capped if it were to get way up here, which I don't think it will because the market's not cooperating and it could be reversing already. Back down. So the next level that I've targeted is $13 on a breakdown of this double bottom. Your max profit here, if it were to somehow get up here, would be right in that $19.57 area. So if you were to catch a lucky break here, I mean, you could get 16%. Actually, about 16%, but that's taking a risk because you're trying to gain 16 or 15%, but if it breaks down, you're losing 18, if not more. So that's what I'd be looking for. DOT, and with Solana, or we do DOT, and we did Luna. Solana, we covered yesterday. We thought it was going to have a breakout, and it did, and I should have bought it. Back up to retest at $92.22. Now you got to wait. It's going to come back down to $80.64 the moment the market breaks down. And my next target is $44.52. So put that on your chart. The only thing that can stop us is you've got 66 right here. And you've got a wick down where somehow it held at 59. Those are your two stopping points. So that's how your chart should look for that. And then ADA. And then we're going to get into XRP. So ADA, the support that I kept pointing to, saying that it should bounce off of this, it bounced off just below it at 81. I was in the middle of it, so I should have bought it right where the arrow was. I talked about it yesterday, how I could buy, but I went to bed. So I would have made like 6 or 7%, but I had no way of knowing whether or not it would tank overnight. So I just decided to go to bed. And it's not looking bad. It doesn't look bad, but the volume, it can't get enough volume to get over this range. I would start looking, if the market trends back down, we're looking for it to come back. We're looking at an M top and reversal here if this pulls down, and we should come back to 81.73. And then if we break down past here, my next target was 70 cents, 708. And then this is becoming a long update already. So let's go to Bitcoin. And you can see the whole market as a whole is following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's now down over 400 points. It created that M-topping reversal over. We talked about how it could get up to 39,457. It got almost up there. It came just up to our cup where we talked about yesterday, but it didn't pour out over the top. It came back through. So now that looks like a very bearish pattern. It's staying on the bottom side of where I thought could be bullish if it was on the top side and end up running up a little higher. So I think it's doing exactly what we think. And then I think now it's going to come down 36,554, and then it's going to break this. And this is where we can finally come through and probably come into this area. And then we'll likely end up over here somewhere at the 32,662 for the bottom. Something like that, I think. Then you could come retest that drop point and then maybe make a big run from there. So that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. I would be very careful. Bitcoin in the 30-minute, it's going to go up again. You know, maybe retest to get back to even before the daily close, but there's nothing good about this. The daily RSI is getting a little bit towards the oversold, but I just think it's going to come back up to the 50 percentile and drop. So basically what I'm thinking here is that we could retest. We've come down to 37,797, which means the logical retest on Bitcoin would be 38,579 if it wants to retest that drop point after it went over to confirm that's resistance and that we're working with 37,545 support. If that's the case, we just want to close under 38,579. If we close under 37,545, that would open up the drop again. So right now we're right in a weird area, but very bearish in my opinion. I called for that little bullish push overnight, had a great update overnight, did a great class. Got my Telegram informed, which is why you should be in there for $9.99 a month. A lot of people made a lot of trades, and they had to get out before the drop. And I had them all, told them you got to get out even if it's only a few percent, you got to get out before Bitcoin rolled over because it was making that M reversal in the 30-minute. So everybody who needed to get out got out. Even if it was minute profits, they were still out before the drop. And they can get on with their merry way and look for the next drop for a nice swing trade. So, and let's finish this with XRP. And you can get into the Telegram by joining Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. It's in the video description below. That's to support me on YouTube. I put out all free content, but to show me some support, we have 223 members of Tom's Army. We have 221 members in the Telegram. And by joining for $9.99 a month, I give you the Telegram free, and there's 4 subsections you also get for free. And by being in the Telegram, that's how you find out how to get in the classes for 1 hour. Those are also free. It's donation based of $5 at the end of the class. You donate $5, not hundreds of dollars for a month. And that's only if you appreciate the class. And then if you don't appreciate it, I wouldn't expect you to continue doing it. But there's no obligation to you, but you must be in the Telegram to get into the class. And to get into the Telegram, you must be a part of Tom's Army because all of that is free after you join Tom's Army. So as a thank you from me to you. So 72,222 is the resistance right now as we've come through, and that's very critical. Our next support 68,602. If we break through that, I wouldn't expect this. This could be the little hold because we had a wick here at 66. So we're just, you know what? Forget this 68,662 support. We're going on the support by the wick in the 30-minute, and that's how we're doing it. So I like how this looks a lot. So yeah. This is what we're looking at. So if it drops past here, we're looking at 66,901 as the wick support. Then 64,369 is that mid-tier that could stop us from 58 cents or 57 cents. But if we break down here, all we've done, like we talked about, this left side is like a left shoulder. They was taking the elevator. Right side, right shoulder. We had to come and do something because this one had to take the stairs down. And we've talked about this a lot. So let's bring it out in the 4-hour time frame. So if this is the left shoulder, this is the head. Now we've just created this right shoulder area. What comes next? Drop, ladies and gentlemen, drop. It's a drop. It's not a bull market. It's a bear market. This is a big bull trap. And everybody was expecting it to be a bull flag. And now it's, like I said, it's trying to use it as a right arm instead of a bull flag, which means it's going to fade out everybody. This would be a fake out on making a nice cup because we've already come down and confirmed that we failed this now. if we break this. If we break this now, this is nothing more than a right shoulder, and we're coming way down. We're coming way down using all of this resistance to push through here, and we're coming way down probably to 48 cents. 48 to 52 cents. XRP Future Millionaire. Hit that like button. Turn that bell notification to all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or returning. Don't get left behind in the old ways of hold forever. Adapt in a bear market. In a bear market, you can't just hold unless you're way under where you bought. If you bought 20 cent XRP, obviously this doesn't apply to you. If you bought 35 or 50 cent XRP, that's up to you what you want to do. And if you have enough money to buy more when you lose 30%, this also has nothing to do with you because you can simply just buy more and cost average down. But some people are trying to get into a whole bunch of different ISO coins like I and have to maximize 100% of their portfolio and can't afford a loss. So that's what I do. That's why I'm liquidated. And until I say otherwise, I'm not buying back into XRP. If that makes me the not XRP future millionaire, well, so be it. Stay blessed, everybody, and I will see you soon.